Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This is another how to build video, and today we are learning how to build sweet and scary Melascula of Faith. So this is the Valentine's Day Melascula. She's a very rare character, but she is definitely one that you will want to build up. She has an ability here, which her passive is increase all basic stats by 20% if the hero's lifesteal at the start of the battle. Allies become immune to ignites. So this immune to ignite bits just happens at the start, there's no clause to that, you're just immune to ignites. That also then contradicts her commandment, meaning that your team actually becomes immune to her commandment, which can be very useful. It means you're not getting ignited. Her cards, you have the good Alt Drain card, which is the one that Terry started with. Very good, can be handy, and you got the green Merlin Shield card. Isn't too bad, to be fair, but it isn't the best, and she's got the normal Melascula Ultimate, which is to be expected. Her stats, don't worry about her lifesteal. I'll explain why her lifesteal is so high later. Sorry. Yeah, but her stats aren't too bad. She doesn't really need to crit. If her crit resistance was high, it would be much better. She doesn't need to crit. That's fine. Her resistance, wish that was a little higher. Crit defense isn't too bad. Overall, her stats are like mid, low end of mid. But the reason she has so much lifesteal is see where her passives increase base stats by 20% of your hero's lifesteal. You need 100% up to 20%. So you need 100% lifesteal to then gain this 20% buff for all your teammates. So that's the reason why my Melascula has such high lifesteal. So right now, if I was to get her to 100, so for every 1 damage you deal, she get 1 HP back. It would then increase all my basic stats by 20%. So I think that sort of covers this little issue here, which is her gear. So with her gear, for her HP pieces, you have to have some sort of lifesteal rolls, because her natural lifesteal is around, I want to say around 60%-ish. I'm not too sure about that, maybe it's higher. Yeah, I want to say around 60%. So I'm running lifesteal and HP so that she can tank a little bit better, and also she has the HP for her passive. This is really it for Melascula. Her gear doesn't really give her too much. 139 HP isn't really the best, but with the 20% boost, it is 26k extra, so you can look at it as around... Actually, her HP becomes actually higher. That's not too bad, actually. She gets 160 something k HP, which isn't too bad because she buffs herself. But the only reason she is actually good is because the fact that her buff increases those stats that she would lose otherwise. For outfits, you don't really need outfits, but I highly recommend... I don't highly recommend buying them, but the ones you get, like, from events and stuff, like this one, 1% lifesteal. This one is from her affinity for this one. There's 2% lifesteal. Any of them that give lifesteal are the ones you want. So if you are going to buy outfits for her, you want to buy these two, because that means then you need to then spend less for, or then you have a, you can then put more actual HP rolls on. As you can see here, I've only actually got 3 HP rolls on. But when I max it out, let's just say I max out that I max out that, and I go over here, and I max out that one, I will then change all the rest. No, I then have to slowly one by one remove them, so then I can get more HP for her. Because I don't want to have more than 100% lifesteal, because then it would just be a waste. But yeah, that's really it for Melascula. Melascula isn't a very complex character to build for. Just she does lose a lot of stats because of her passive. But overall, she was the first character to have the immune sort of thing. The all allies become immune to some sort of debuff. She was the first character to have it. This same passive, this all immune bit to ignites especially, is also on Freya as well, who can be used. Is pretty much designed for dogs. So she can't be used for dogs. I have seen people use her with Festival Esterosa for the... what was it? For the deer. There are people using her for the deer. Because the counters, you know how the counters normally one-shot you? This shield only does the multiplier and not the effect. And it has some sort of effect where it does some... That's the reason it does so much damage, because it has an effect, and this blocks the effect. Which is actually pretty cool. No, sorry. It blocks the damage and only does the effect stuff. So if it was Spike, it would still do 2 times the crit chance. Sorry, 2 times the crit damage. But, for example, because it doesn't have an effect, it's got nothing to do, and it just does the normal attack amount. Which isn't too bad. Could also be pretty handy to tank. But that's really it with Melascula. She's a very rare character, but if you have her, you definitely want to invest in her. Especially with the other... Actually, all the Melasculas are good but the blue one. The blue one's only good in 4v4, and her stats need to be, like, heavily buffed. But I think that when she gets her relic will have to be something to do with lifesteal, because all her ones have lifesteal. This one's based off lifesteal, and the red one has a card which it doesn't need lifesteal for that card, but it uses HP related stats. So I think her passive relic will have something to do with HP related stats, which would be very useful. Obviously, it's going to be a weapon, so it'll be like the molasses coil that she has around her. Anyway, that's it for this how to build. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.